Hey guys, Viking 82 here, back to show us more plunder that I've acquired over the last little while. All this stuff here you will see is stuff that I've gotten over the last several Bandcamp Fridays, which if you're not familiar with that, is basically when Bandcamp waives all their fees and all the bands get all the money directly. So that's really cool. And this particular Bandcamp for this month didn't really get a whole lot. I got a hoodie, which I will have to show in another video. And then last month, I really didn't get but a few things, but most of this actually came from the August Bandcamp Friday, and I had to wait for some stuff to finally show up, and they did. So I got a lot of stuff to get through, but I'm going to get right to it. Yeah, starting off with actually a digital album. The only reason I picked up the digital copy of this is because no U.S. distribution has been set up for this release yet, which is a bummer because I really want to pick up a CD of this, and that is the brand new one from Creeping Fear entitled Hate God Triumph. Yeah, death metal band out of France, been around since 2010. This is their second full-length album out on Delorme Records just this year. They do have another album out on Delorme Records, Onward to Apocalypse, from 2017. So as soon as this gets a U.S. distribution, I am definitely picking it up. And I do have one tape to show. That is Halder with Ascending the Ravenstone. And this is on a clear tape, custom label there. Mine is number 70 out of 100. And if you're not familiar with Halder, which you should be because I've talked about this lady quite a bit here this year. But yeah, this is black metal out of Portland, Oregon. Been around since 2018. This is her debut demo, originally put out by Stygian Black Hand back in 2018, limited to 100 copies. Not sure if this is just one that she put out herself or if a label did. Couldn't really find that info. But I also picked up the artwork shirt because, of course, you know, you can never have too many metal shirts, and especially if they're Halder. All right. Moving on, we have Nun Slaughter with Red is the Color of Ripping Death. Love that album cover, and the really cool thing about this release, this is the first CD I've ever had like this. It is actually on a red CD. Absolutely badass. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Nun Slaughter, they are a death metal band formerly of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but currently located in Cleveland, Ohio. Been around since 1987. This is actually only their fifth full-length overall, put out just this year by Hell's Headbangers, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot for a band that's been around that long, but they have a litany of EPs, demos, live albums, compilations, and splits to their name, so they definitely have a huge catalog, and this is another fine installment, in my opinion. Absolutely killer album. Next up, Skinless with Gut Pumping Hits, the Demos. If you're not familiar with Skinless, they are a brutal death metal band out of Glens Falls, New York. Been around since 1992. And yeah, this is just a compilation of their first two demos, simply titled Demo 94 and 1995 Swollen Heaps. This actually also has their songs off of the Common Ground compilation from 1997. This is a co-release between Corpse Gristle Records out of Texas and Burning Dogma Records. And this actually came with a cool little guitar pick, which I actually plan on at some point doing like a collage of sorts of guitar picks that I've gotten over the years. And they actually threw in a free CD, which was really cool. And I had not heard of this band until I got this. And this is Necrocide with Vomit Forth Blood. And yeah, this is a brutal death metal band from Dallas, Texas that was active between 1994 and 1996. Featured current and former members of the band Devourment, who is well known in the brutal death metal scene. This is the band's second demo from 1995 that they put out independently on tape, and Corpse Gristle reissued it in 2013 on CD as part of their demo series. Really cool stuff. I'd really like to hear their first one as well. Next up, shout out to Shredlord over at Thralls of Metal. He mentioned this during this particular Bandcamp Friday, which was August, and this is a buddy of his band, and I checked it out. Sounded really cool, so I had to pick this up. This is Astralborn with Eternity's End. Of course, Astralborn, melodic death metal out of Toledo, Ohio, been around since 2018. This is their debut full-length album, originally put out by the band themselves in 2019. This here is actually a 2020 reissue on Prosthetic Records, and this is absolutely solid melodic death metal. Definitely go check these guys out. And of course, couldn't get just the CD. I had to get me a cool little keychain / bottle opener, because, you know, always got to have a bottle opener handy. Next up, Shrieking Demons with Diabolical Regurgitations. If you're not familiar with this band, they are a death metal band out of Sicily, Italy. Been around since, well, just this year, so brand new band. This is their debut EP put out by Caligari Records, limited to 300 copies, and this is just an absolutely fantastic EP. Great way to debut your band. I highly recommend checking this one out. And again, another shout out to the Thralls of Metal, because they did a review of this a little while back and reminded me, it's like, oh yeah, I need to check that out again, because, you know, I remember hearing this band, and luckily enough, I happened to find a place that actually sold the CD, and that is Ashen with Godless Oath. Again, really awesome artwork there. Yeah, this is a death metal band from Perth, Australia. Been around since 2019. Debut, well, not really a full length. It's about a 5-track EP here, put out by Bitter Lost Records just this year, limited to 200 copies. So I'm really excited that I was able to track down a copy of this. My little paper turned over here. Next two came from Sewer Rot Records, and really awesome label. You know, because it's only a couple man project, this label and everything, and distro, things tend to take a little while to get there, but it is well worth the wait, because they put out some quality stuff here, and these were the ones that I was actually waiting on before I could do this video. But as I said, well worth the wait, because these are both fantastic. Starting off with Kryptom and Enter the Kryptom. If you're not familiar with this band, they are a death metal band from Joliet, Illinois. Been around since just last year in 2020, and features Molder drummer Kyle Pooley, also on drums here. This is their debut demo, originally put out digitally by the band earlier this year. Sewer Rot Records put this out on CD and cassette. And yeah, if you've not heard this yet, definitely go check this one out. Then we have Mortuary Spawn with Spawned from the Mortuary. And this is another death metal band, this one based out of West Yorkshire, England, formed just last year in 2020. Debut EP, again, originally put out by the band digitally in 2021. Yeah, Sewer Rot, again, put this out on CD and cassette, and this is definitely another one I would highly recommend. Awesome, awesome death metal. Next two came from the same band, and yeah, this band was part of Ken from Ken's Death Metal Crypt Fest, and that is War Flurch with Shit Slime and their brand new one, Psychedelic Realms of Hell. And if you are not familiar with this band, they are a death doom band out of Florida. Been around since 2019. Of course, Shit Slime here is their second EP, put out just this year on a reissue on Personal Records, originally released by the band digitally last year. And I'd seen copies of this on CD before, but they were always sold out, and I was real bummed because I didn't think I was going to be able to get this, and I seen somebody post this recently, so went on their Bandcamp again, and sure enough, they had copies in fact, they only had like 4 copies when I got there, so I hurried up and snagged one. And of course, their brand new one, Psychedelic Realms of Hell. Yeah, first actual full-length album, again put out by Personal Records just this year. And yeah, these guys are absolutely fantastic. Go check them out. And again, the last two here, both from the same band. And I was trying to think of who I saw posted about this band, and I checked them out and just blown away. And that is Coffin Rot, Coffin Rights, with Human Erase and Retribution Divine. Of course, Coffin Rights, black and death thrash out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, been around since just last year. Retribution Divine is their debut full-length album put out by Zero Budget Records just last year. And then this one here is their brand new one, put out by FTWNU2 Records on CD and cassette, limited to 100 copies. Definitely go check this band out. Absolutely killer stuff. So yeah, that was a lot to get through. So thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.